Welcome to South Harmon.
What's good, everybody? Wednesday night AMA. We are live and in the building. So glad you are here. Midweek, Adam. Midweek
Yes,
for everyone. Midweek for us.
Yes, sir.
Probably doesn't feel like a midweek for Marvelous Marv on the thumbnail.
Oh,
I don't think
buddy.
an appendectomy sounds that fun, dude. Just saying.
Man, he seemed to be fine other than, the stat line during the game. And, this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of my teams today, Mike, and I'm like, wait a minute. This projection looks awful low. What's going on here?
Looks very low.
J.K. Dobbins, second opinion. You got,
Ugh.
Marvelous Marv out.
What did I say last week?
At least 1 week, possibly more. Like what?
Turn the fucking injury slider down. Now, turn it off.
Well, here's the problem. When you start doing stuff like that, you let them know we're onto it. They're just going to kick us in the teeth more is what it certainly feels like. So what? Let me ask you here. What are we thinking going into this? Is the worst part about it. It's week 11, so the playoffs are right here, buddy. Right?
They call that
legitimately right here.
Nut cutting time, I think.
Well, and that's the problem. Is you got a long-term play like Marv, who just when we thought maybe he was going to turn the corner in production, doesn't last week, gets injured. The injuries are, to your point, just they're piling up. What do we do here with Marv? I mean, I don't really want to start getting crazy and move him because of the playoffs, but I mean, do you think where's Dr. B when we need Dr. B too? I don't know what the situation is or something like this.
I just pulled something up quickly. Like, I don't know how accurate it is. So it is the internet. Sometimes it lies to you. We don't lie to you. We tell you the truth. But
not intentionally.
Notable players who've had an appendectomy in season. Ben Roethlisberger missed 1 game. Minka Fitzpatrick missed 1 game. Austin Hooper missed 2 games.
Okay.
Marv, question mark. So
we're looking at at least 1, possibly 2, right?
There you go. 1 to 2 weeks.
Well, then I think with that being said, Mike, it's time to talk some fillers for you. Hopefully you can put someone in the flex spot, but if you need a receiver, Mike, what are we thinking here?
I usually like being the filler. Not the filly, Adam. You know what I'm saying? No offense to any horses out there. Fillies, get it?
Yeah, I get it. I'm
sorry.
I'm with you.
I'm just the wine hasn't kicked in yet, friend. All right, we're early on this one.
Yeah, keep going with it. By the way, I got shout out to Fizz. First of all, this is what when you're sick, get a Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Also, Fizz sent me a Meke Buka here jersey. Let's go.
I'm looking right now. I'm running warp for this year, just generic across the board. All right, Let's see if there's any wide receivers that stand out as far as fill-ins for Marvin Harrison. Things that you can do: go make a trade, see if you can pick these guys up. Jesus, Marv has been so bad this year.
Well, that's also the thing, right? Yeah.
You're replacing the wide receiver 26 in warp. So a high-end wide receiver 3 is where you're at. That's what you're looking to replace.
Yep.
But good news, plenty of options. How about Troy Franklin?
Ooh. Do you believe in this production? Also, let me just say, is there any concern as well? 2-part question. You believe in the production from him? And then the offense is part 2. Like, do we want to buy any part of this offense at the moment?
I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I said, listen, I trust Sean Payton to turn this fucking thing around, figure out how to put 4 quarters together. Then we saw the worst offensive performance of the year. So
a week later, do you? Holy crap, man.
So, Adam, the other thing
is, when you're playing,
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Mike, if you told me that was kind of what – if we saw that offense like that on primetime, obviously we're scared. Mike, that's versus the Raiders. Like, one of the stone-cold worst teams – Mike, I was just talking about this maybe a week or 2 ago. It could have been longer than that at this point. Time flies. How the Raiders have had multiple games where teams are literally pulling their starters in the third quarter. Like, you got people sitting for an entire quarter plus. Not the Broncos. They had to sweat that thing out for 10 points.
Here's one. Another one I'll give you.
I'm all ears. I'm not. Beggars can't be choosers.
I'm giving you a warp per game, meaning that this guy's actually being started some. And we talked a little bit about it on Sunday recap. You're rocking his teammate's jersey, Tez Johnson.
I was actually going to pull. Tez Johnson is one of the ones I think, Mike. Now here's the thing. Everybody's price kind of fluctuates, right? and it's market dependent. But I do think that's one that's reasonable. This should be reasonable anyway to acquire.
Okay. I'll give you one more. Right, and we're gonna get what they call him in the Discord.
Who?
The Black Joe Flacco.
Oh, Joe Blacko,
quarterback.
Yeah, Joe Blacko.
Joe Blacko is gonna play this week. Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton banged up. He's WARP per game. He is very similar to Marv. Now, not as good in WARP per game, but
sure.
Hey, you want to bank on that one? I mean, no Darius Slayton. We obviously know no Malik Neighbors. You got Joe Blacko, as Discord guys named him today, I guess. Starting at quarterback, Wan'Dale? Could you get Wan'Dale on the cheap?
Yeah, I think what you're bringing up there, Mike, though, is a good point from, I guess, the standpoint of these I think would be good spot starts. Like, I'm not buying them with the
next couple weeks.
Yeah, with the mindset of these are long-term solutions.
I'll give you one more to add to the list.
So to that point, we're talking thirds? I mean, what realistically? This is another thing the lab would be good for.
Late seconds.
What's Tez going for? Yeah, maybe a late second. Sure, if you're in the playoffs, right, locked in.
Yeah. Parker Washington would be the last one I give you. You brought him up.
So that one is, I think, that was what I was going to get to. I think he might end up being, at least what I've been seeing people ask for. I haven't seen many of them go down this way, but he might feel like a more of a premium purchase. Because I've had people tell me a second won't even get it done, Mike, which is seemingly wild.
Don't think so.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying what I've kind of – anytime I've kicked the tires on Parker Washington, it's like, oh, somebody thinks this guy's, the next coming of Chris Godwin.
This one's not going to be sexy at all. I mean, we're talking dumpster dive.
Well, now hold on a second. Just for everyone listening, real quick, think about the names you just heard.
No, I mean this is
ugly. Okay,
this will be real ugly, real ugly. You talking a spot start for the next couple of weeks, Adam? But maybe with some upside down the road.
Shout out, Grandma.
Shamir DK.
Whoa.
Off a down week, but the 2 weeks before, wide receiver 16, wide receiver 14. Damn near 17 points per game. Those 2 weeks. It was a tough Chargers defense he played this last week. The last time we saw him. Let me just say that because they had the bye last week. But the week before when they played Chargers. It was a tough one. He was off a down game. Had the bye week. Out of sight, out of mind. But the 2 weeks before, Adam, I'm talking like crusty ass fucking. I mean, it's tough to say crusty on a rookie, but no one really gives a shit about Shamir DK, really. Unless you're in a kick return league. Then you love him. He's the greatest thing ever. Right? What about him? Third? Antoine Pierce. I like that one too.
I think I'd almost rather go this way. And the reason here's what I'm saying, Mike, at this point, right? Tez Johnson and what I was kind of talking about with Troy Franklin. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't buy DK in a spot start if I needed it, right? Or Troy Franklin. But what I prefer when I'm kind of like splitting hairs, Mike, is going to be the better offense, right? An offense that I think has been kind of humming for the most part, that I can kind of feel better about. Now, listen, Danny Dimes has been making me really feel like we might be getting back to the old school roots here. But I still think this is an offense that's scoring at least 20-plus for the most part. And Alec Pierce has had plenty of those big pop week games. And I think at this point, because of it's actually funny. I don't know if it was because of the drafting of gosh, I just traded him away. I can't think now. Wide receiver, Texas. Come on, help me out here. Adonai Mitchell, thank you. But now he's gone, and it's like the price still hasn't changed at all on Alec Pierce. He's still no
one seemed to really care.
No one cares, right?
Here, I also saw an interesting nugget from we do fantasy, but I'll look at all NFL news, right? All NFL news. And looking towards the future, the free agent market, there's thinking out there amongst GM circles, people in the know-how. Alec Pierce this offseason might get about $20 million a year contract.
I mean,
right?
the wide receiver position is just
from somebody.
You know what the wide receiver position is reminding me a little bit of, Mike? If you only had one position that really makes sense for the quarterback, obviously, just because how important it is. But it's like the NBA. It's like, just give anybody a contract that's any decent.
We do. Right.
That's what the receivers position is becoming. Here, $20 million.
I'm a Lakers fan. I fully remember when we gave Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng giant contracts. So you don't have to. We just throw money at anyone. But yeah,
if you're a wide receiver that's proven to be legitimate in snaps, are there you go. We're paying you.
I did see somebody ask about Michael Wilson. For me, this is just my personal opinion on this one, Adam. He's had all the opportunity in the world to do something. Yeah. Right. I mean, Marv's had bad games. it's been Marv or Trey McBride. There's been nobody else, no competition. He's the third in a decent offense, and he still can't ever fucking produce. I would actually use this as the opposite. Instead of going to buy Michael Wilson, I'm going to try to sell or dump my Michael Wilson shares based like, hey, Marv's out the next 2 weeks. You guys want him? Like, can I fucking get off this guy? I don't have interest. I just don't think he can get it done. I don't know if we've ever seen it.
When Marv's out, you think he might, just out of volume?
No, because it'll probably be like fucking Greg Dortch.
Well, that's possible too. I'm not even saying. I just think maybe someone would let go to the point you're making. I think someone might be willing to just let go of Wilson for a fourth, and then it's like, okay, can I get an option I want for a third? I'd prefer that. But if not, let me just fuck it. Give me Wilson then. For
sure, Adam. If you're telling me the price is a fourth, everybody's got a price, right? And all of a sudden in a fourth, I'm like, fuck it, why not? If I absolutely needed a spot starter, if I'm looking for just a best ball filler for the next couple of weeks, sure.
Yeah, I guess what I would say about Michael Wilson is I'd prefer Mike to go the other route just because, one, what if by happenstance I'm wrong and they become more of a long-term asset? Alec Pierce, Antoine Pierce, for example, right? And there's not the point of like what you're saying here. When Marv comes back, we've seen what Michael Wilson is. He's at best a non-reliable best ball type receiver. So upside long term, is not really there. So, but if it's for a fourth, Mike, I could get behind it. I think for most of those players, though, you're talking more of a third, if not a second, that we discussed prior.
Yeah. A couple of like more sexy ones if you wanted to for like upside swing.
By the way, real quick, when are we talking about 26 prospects? Probably not today. Mike, do you think we'll talk about it before the playoffs or after?
The way some of these teams are going, I feel DB like we might just wave the white flag on this season.
Part of the nice part about Dynasty is having a portfolio of teams that you've hopefully decided are not going to be good. Then you have your handful that you thought were going to be good that just aren't, and you're like, okay, well that was fun. And then you have whatever's left that's in the mix.
I personally think we just rebrand the channel. It's South Harmon Dynasty, but we put in parentheses South Harmon Dynasty. We only give a shit about the draft.
South Harmon Drafters,
South Harmon Drafters, that's all we give a
shit about. I'm only here to draft. Everything else I'm not going to do well.
I was going to give you a couple of they're going to cost a little bit more, but if you wanted some real upside potential, I still think they're within buying range just because their seasons haven't been that great. Jaden Higgins has, especially last week, he's done some things. The targets have gone up.
They have.
Up. Gosh, now they're Davis Mills targets. You know what I mean?
Also, I was going to say, target share. Now, granted, I'm not always that high. It doesn't have to be just target share. But, Mike, it's like, dude, Mills also threw the ball 50 times last week. So, do we?
He did.
And the week before, tell me Davis Mills isn't throwing the ball fucking 50 times because that's the crazy thing. Yikes.
Jaden Higgins didn't do anything the week before. But the week before that, he had another nice game. So, speculative. But if you're talking, hey, would I rather pay if I have to, a late second for fucking Parker Washington, or would I rather try to get some upside in this and a fill-in, speculative play in my flex or a best ball? Would I rather go for Jaden Higgins? I'm not fully out on him yet, but he's done some decent things here the last couple of weeks.
So let me say that. What do you think Higgins costs? Let's just talk about this because that's actually he's somebody
I don't know.
Let's just see because I think. To me,
I'm
going to tell you, Higgins feels like the expensive versions of Michael Wilson, meaning I'd like to move off of shares on this little bit of a peak if I could, if there was one.
I think last week Jaden Higgins has a better game than Michael Wilson's ever had in his career. Right.
Well, I bet you that's actually maybe not even true. As crazy as it sounds. Michael Wilson had some decent weeks, but it was like 2 years ago, it feels like. He literally had a year of – I'm pretty sure Michael Wilson last year, though, didn't do anything all season.
So maybe his rookie year.
But fact check me on that because I'm not 100% sure. I don't have much Michael Wilson, honestly. Yeah, not this year either.
All right. Last year, he had 2 14-point games.
What did Jaden Higgins score last week, by the way?
15-something.
All right.
Michael Wilson, sorry, Adam, you're right. Week 4, rookie year, he had a 26.6-point game.
Holy shit. Holy Santa Claus. Speaking of writing people off, see Michael Wilson, see Jaden Higgins, see me out. All right.
And then in championship week, his rookie year, he had a 15-point game. He was wide receiver 24.
Wow. Won people weeks in best ball. Won people titles, let alone. Holy crap. How quickly we besmirched the Michael Wilsons.
I'm sorry to besmirch
By the way,
his good name.
Mike, let me just tell you something. I just realized this. I don't have a single Jaden Higgins share. Thank God. But I was going to say, Mike, I would have tried to put him out of some. I'm gonna pull up trades. Go ahead though. What do you got?
Because before last week, I saw like the ultimate like death nail sentence, at least for a lot of these guys.
Oh no!
It's when Scott Connor posts a question: Is Jaden Higgins a bust? Right? You're like,
it's almost like by the time when you see him post that, it's like rhetorical. Damn it, he's a bust, isn't he?
Scott already has his answer.
Scott's subliminally telling me he's a bust.
He's not asking to form his opinion. He's already formed his opinion.
Mike, just wait, dude. Some of these trades. Here's what I'd also love to do. Can I just go up from Jaden Higgins? Yeah. By the way, this is kind of a separate combo from Marv now, but those are some decent pivots, and I think cheap buys if you need something for the playoffs. Mike, here you go. Last few.
It is no appendix having ass off the screen. All right,
yeah, no appendix, no picture. Okay, no picture until you come back with an appendix or without one and playing. Mike, Jaden Higgins in a second to Jordan Addison. 26 second done. Jaden Higgins in a third and a fourth. Devontae Adams.
Oh,
done.
Sex.
Dallas Goedert and Jaden Higgins. Package those both up together. Boom. Devontae Smith. I'm taking Smitty there for sure.
Maybe Smitty.
100%. Mike, I can A-warp tight end somebody else in that thing. Come on. That's the whole reason you have a Goddard share. Yes.
Dallas Goedert's been a legend.
He has been.
Legend.
He let down last week. He's got a ton of touchdowns. It's a perfect time to sell if you could.
It is.
All right, Mike. Now here's an interesting one that I'm not in. Actually, you're in this league. I know this one. Dynasty BB, money sign L, money sign O, money sign L.
Oh yeah, that's a Kevin K-box special right there.
Jaden Higgins and Dante Thornton for a second and a third. Would you re-roll here?
I think that's a 14-team league too. So no.
What about it? Let's pretend it's a 12-team just for the sake of argument.
If it was a 12-team, it's more interesting.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
It is, especially because you can make that pick liquidity, do whatever. But I'm pretty sure that's a 14-team league. Mm-hmm. Those seconds, all of a sudden, like especially when you talk about mid to late seconds, you're like, ooh, no, it's just a fancy third.
Yeah. I mean, and the other trades after that are October, so that's anyway, all of those.
A heavy mover.
All of those, I will say, Mike, I'd prefer the other side, frankly. I would prefer to just re-roll Higgins if I could, but if I can tear him up, oh my gosh, yes, definitely. Yep. We are. I'm starring a bunch of questions here, Mike. Let me ask you this: J.K. Dobbins, and in particular, tied to that news is going to be R.J. Harvey, right?
Yeah, yep. I see our guy Theo Greminger. You know, he was posting memes about every manager. You know, the whole Scarface. When Tony Montana's on the phone talking to his Colombian hookup and they're counting all the money and all that shit. Mm-hmm. It was like every R.J. Harvey manager and every Travion Henderson manager rolling into the fantasy playoffs. Like, hey,
what's going on? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, dude, I mean, you've been sitting on R.J. Harvey and you have gotten I shouldn't say no, but minimal use for what you were hoping. Right. All of a sudden, Mike, if your team's in the playoff picture and you're like, wait a minute. Now I've got potentially a, guy that could end up being a workhorse, or let's even say a 1A type thing, a 60% type snap share. All of a sudden you're like, fuck.
Right up until this week, and you see Tyler Beatty with a 60% snap
share.
Well,
that's what Mike, this is you know what this is, though? This feels very much like Trev. This is in a very important week if Dobbins misses, which it looks like he's going to, right?
Yeah. It second opinion, foot injury. Sounds like...
Can I say what's crazy? I don't know if you guys remember this though. He came back in the game, which is wild. Yeah,
that's a tough son of a bitch right there.
Well, dude, this is a guy that's Achilles don't matter, ACL, LCL, all of it don't matter.
I don't know what to think either because Ian Rappaport of all people told us.
Thanks,
that
Billy. Shout out to Fizz, by the way. He sent this for me for my birthday, man. Appreciate you, Fizz.
Travis Hunter's injury was mild, and they didn't expect him to miss too much time, and then he went on IR, and then from IR he went on season-ending IR after knee surgery. So J.K. Dobbins, fuck, we might have seen him for the last time. I don't know.
R.I.P. My
R.I.P.
My good J.K. Yeah, I'm getting crushed at the worst times in some of my leagues. We're just like we're cooked. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this now, R.J. Harvey. Because here's what I'll tell you. Let's say J.K. ends up getting the IR tag, okay? Just stick with me hypothetically for a second. JK gets the IR tag. Harvey goes out next week and balls. The price is going to not be whatever it is today. So on the speculative hope and upside purchase. Where are you at with RJ Harvey? And are you interested in trying to buy that before it gets to whatever that hype is if he does play well? Obviously, if he doesn't play well, it might go down. But
so here's the thing: a couple weeks ago, like 3 or 4, DB's rebuilding. I'm competing. I think he offered me RJ Harvey for my first, straight up, and I turned him down. Sitting here today,
Harvey for what was it?
My first.
Late first, playoff first. I think a late playoff first is probably a pretty reasonable price now, right?
I would love to pay that right now, but that probably ain't what you got to pay.
I was gonna say, do you think if you just go back, see that decline trade, hit modify, and just send it back?
He's on the fucking show. He's on the show.
It was DB. I'm here trying to
multitask,
multitask, read these things. I missed that part too. So DB, what's your price up? Well, here's the other thing though, Mike. Asking for more than the first is pretty aggressive too, though. At the same point,
with what he's done so far, yeah.
Even if he has a good game, is he a first and a second? Maybe.
Good luck, I guess.
Well, I mean, my point is a first is pretty.
Yeah.
It's still not a bad offer all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of emojis in there. You can't see them, but I imagine with the LOLs and the KEKs, it's probably not. I don't think he's sending it. All right, Adam.
Here's what I know, right? It's like I sent the package to him, and then we're done. Okay, he's got that. He got the shoes. Yeah. He got the jacket. Screw these guys now. What's your price, DB? Everyone in the chat, what would you want for RJ Harvey? And I think here's the only issue with a guy like Harvey is this is, I think, a fallacy in Dynasty, but it's what we do. It's what you constantly see. Because he's a rookie, because he's not a veteran, people even in a rebuild are not really willing to move him. They're looking to kind of hold. So to that point, Mike, let's talk about you. I don't think you have a lot of them because I think you were drafting other players, Jackson Dart. Plenty of other guys that actually did better. But if you have RJ Harvey on a team that you're rebuilding for, what are you looking realistically, right?
I think you're probably spot on, though. Like, if I get out at a first and a second, with the second that I think I can move, obviously I don't want to hold it.
What'd I tell you? Send it.
Maybe. Fucking send it if you still got it.
Mike, here, listen, I got this for a second. Go ahead and hit that button, man. Send it. Let's get a trade done now. This Fizz says, let's get a trade today. You wouldn't do that still? Now he's hemming and hawing.
I think if I get to the first and the second, I'm in. I'm in sending him away.
Would you? I'm saying for this deal, DB's saying if he sent it to you there, he would send you a first right now.
My phone fucking buzzes. I'm hitting the button.
All right, DB, send it over.
I'll pick that fucker up live. Done.
Let's see. So, can Harvey be a workhorse? Is another question. That's a totally separate question. That's a second level question, I think.
That is a good question, but also to this point, Adam, we don't know. It's speculative. You got the whole rookie value pushed up. We don't know how the snap share is going to turn out because Sean Payton, while he says is going to give him a bigger workload, he also talked up Audric Estime at one point, and we saw that worked out.
We saw the whole carousel of last year where nobody did well, including someone going crazy right now, Javonte.
And he drafted RJ Harvey and talked him up and then still gave Tyler Beatty work, and signed J.K. Dobbins off the street.
The best is if you haven't listened. I watch a lot of football. I'm a big number guy, but like when there was a pass going to Beatty, I'm like, I don't know who that is, but that's got to be Beatty, is it? Fuck, it's Beatty. Why is he in the game? We have two. We already had two guys before the injury. Pause. We already had two guys that's all we need snaps from. What? Sean, leave it alone, please, for God's sakes.
You ask why he's in the game. I was asking why is he still in the league.
Well, and here's my other question: is RJ Harvey a competent? And, I wouldn't say a plus enough at this point in his career pass blocker to stay on the field for those amount of plays, too.
You hope.
Well, because especially when you get tired, that shit becomes a big thing.
My biggest issue is he is right now, before we get even more bump, right, after this week or leading up to this kickoff, he's sandwiched right between Javonte and Rico Dowdle as far as Dynasty ranks go.
And that's KTC, so what does that put him in, like the 20s?
18. On the nuts.
It's close still. I mean, I guess that's reasonable. Well, Mike, here's the thing. I don't think a bump is necessarily a guarantee. I think it's very much in the cards if he plays well, though.
Yes. Yeah, because Cam Scatterbo's injured and ahead of him, right?
Why?
We can jump him.
I don't even know what are we thinking?
We can jump him. But when I see something like that, it's like, do I want to? Let's just say the price is actually first and a second. Do I actually want to pay that? Would I be more comfortable with the Javante, or would I be more comfortable with the Rico? And if it is like, well, they're all kind of the same, I think more upside lies in RJ Harvey. Then I go, well, does that first and a second get me into Kyron? Does it get me into Breece Hall? Does it get me into a failed contenders, Saquon Barkley, maybe? Something along those lines? Like, is that a possibility? It puts me into a whole nother stratosphere where I go, fuck, like, why am I paying for this guy when I'm not that sure about it, when I think I can go get a more sure thing for the same price?
The reason I think, Mike, and it's interesting, DB said he would have done it, but he already moved it to Pello for a 1 and a 3, Harvey and Franklin. So,
Shucks.
Deal's off the table. Now, here's what I will say, right? For Harvey, I think a first is probably palatable, reasonable, and can get done on both sides. I think the problem with going higher than that, especially to a second, let's say someone wanted a first and a fourth or a first and a third. Maybe it's just like, all right, fine, that's the tax. You'll pay it. Once you get to a first and a second, in my opinion, for a running back, Mike, I'm at the point now where it's kind of like all chips can go in. If I'm at a first and a second, why would I not just add another second for next year? Or, add another player? Why not just go to the second level, like tier 1 and tier 2 running backs? Skip the line here, right? Pay for the fast pass. I'm just going to pay the extra. I want to wait in line for RJ Harvey. What about, can I get to Kyron? Can I get to Jacobs? Can I get to Breece, right? Somebody like that. And also then sometimes you don't have to ask for a guy, somebody that's in a rebuilding mode. They might really be partial to a rookie they've drafted that's finally getting an opportunity. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. Can I go to someone that's older that people might want to get on the roster? Can I just pay 2 first, Mike? Go all the way to the top ladder at this point, right? And get some of the studs this year.
And honestly, too, look at some of the guys below him. How much better is he going to be, are we sure than what you have to pay for Derrick Henry or Travis Etienne, for example?
Well, you can't guarantee that in production. The only thing you can say is if Harvey plays well enough in production,
the value
for off-season everything keeps you in like a liquid form outside of an injury, right?
But all right, let's say the price is first and a second ish. Now that's kind of where we set it at, Adam.
Sure.
But I go check with the Derrick Henry or the Travis Etienne. They're like, dude, just give me your second, or give me your second and your third.
I'd pay a second or third for Etienne for sure at this point.
I'd much rather do something like that, wouldn't you? Like, I would.
Henry makes me nervous, but honestly, even there, I'd probably do the same thing.
Even if you wanted to stand, right? Like, I think Kenneth Walker is clearly the much better running back in Seattle. Now, they don't want to use him like that for whatever reason. But I'm like, well, if something happens to Charbonnet, they're going to be forced to use him, right?
Yeah.
Or Kenneth Walker, the difference between him and Charbonnet is Kenneth Walker has the possibility of breaking off a 50-yarder,
yeah, for
40-yard touchdown run, right? Like, he can have some monster weeks. If I want to stand more for that guy, plus youth, plus what production I've seen in the past, would I rather pay a first and a second for RJ Harvey, or would I rather pay 2 seconds for Kenneth Walker, right? Like, say that was the cost for him.
Easy.
To prime out. Like, I'm going the 2 seconds route. Like, I'm gonna keep my fucking first and then go try to fill it somewhere else.
I'm with you. All right. Well,
I think it's just a matter of cost, and he's going to be in this weird zone. But I'm in full agreement with you. If he goes out and he has a 60-70% snap share at him, and he puts up 20 fucking points this week,
that's exactly. I think that's why
we're talking about him in a much different light next week, and he's in a much different category. And your first and a second, you'd be like, I'm glad I paid it, right?
Well,
now it's 2 firsts.
That's why an asset like him is worth talking about right now. If you really want to get some Harvey shares, or you believe this has just kind of been waiting to happen, whether it's Dobbins not having a contract later or whatever the case may be, this is kind of one of those where, Mike, once the horse leaves the stable, it's over. Like, if this is the type of player that if he does really well with an opportunity increase, good night on whatever the cost was.
The horse doesn't always leave the stable, right?
It doesn't.
We thought that Trey Benson horse was leaving the stable.
Listen, sometimes the race gets ready to start. The gunshot goes and the horse just stands. The gates open, just sitting right there. Speaking of Philly, so yikes.
A lot of horse jokes for a Denver Bronco too. I love it. Nice tie-in, buddy.
Yeah, not a lot of horses running very much in Mile High lately. But hey, speaking of which, Mike, I think it's a good segue here. About a half hour in. By the way, we are sick as dogs over here. I'm fighting through it. We're gonna get through it, but
it's Adam's flu.
The mutes are happening a lot. All right, we're gonna get to listen. We got Mike, it's getting cold out here. People are getting sick. You got to stay warm, all right? Got to stay warm. So icy. Blue puffer, man. Yeah, this one's rare, by the way. Hard to find. The only retailer that has it right now is Foot Locker, who wants 300. So this is not. Yeah, that's not what this is going for. But just to give you an idea of the rarity.
Good
all right.
Lord, 300.
Yeah. Go check it right now. I swear to God. That's what. Listen, someone's really trying to sell, Harvey for a couple seconds. It sounds like, or a couple firsts. It sounds like, right?
That's like the T-Rock price on Jake Browning.
And some.
And some.
All right, so we got 2 drawings for the blue jacket, and also then we got the pressure luck. All
right.
Speaking of pressure luck, the only thing that's more sure than injuries every week is someone winning the pressure luck at this point.
I fucked him. I fucked him last time, but I believe at this time, Vigels, I'm feeling it. It's gonna happen.
You poor fucking bastard. I'm pretty sure he lives all the way up in Minnesota. It's cold as shit, and he's fucking cooked now. Oh my God.
It's happened, Vigels. I can feel it.
You poor bastard. I like you too. I really do.
Going back to the well. We're doubling down. Stamp it.
All right. Well, first spin here. Let's get it. So by the way, people signed up, ready to rock. We got Rippin'. Merc, that's Corey Mercer. We got Blitz, we got El Gancito, and we got Vigels. All right, Vigels is in here. Please, I'm praying. Mike, don't do me dirty, okay? All right, let's spin it.
I got you, buddy.
Let's spin the wheel, baby.
Feeling it. It's gonna be Vigels. Calling my shot.
Dear God.
Never missed before.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Missed by a mile.
Well, all right, 1 or 2. Blitz, congrats, buddy.
Let's go Blitz. He's
man.
gonna double up on this, right?
I mean, everybody should. There's no reason not to. All right, and Vigels, right? This is Vigels' chance or no?
I thought the last one was.
All right, well, we'll see. This poor kid. What did he ever do to deserve this?
I don't know. Oh, got him. Got him.
Wow.
Got him. Called
All right.
it. Let's go.
I guess that blind squirrel, every now and again, a blind squirrel finds a nut. Nice job, Vigels. Mike actually got you into the winning cubes. Let's go.
Feeling good, man. This Savion is kicking.
Listen, what else do you got? Give me something else. I mean, at this point, let's ride this thing,
I pressed the luck because both of them are going to be winners. Just saying.
Wow. I'll tell you, we're going to have to quit this game. We're going to have to just start doing the merch without the pressure luck here soon. It's getting to that point in the life. All right, let's see. So, Mike, here are the new pressure luck categories, all right? We've got dealer's choice. That means you get anything you want on the wheel, including losing, which is the skull, as you see next to it. You could pick that you lost. We got the shit polo. We got the shit bag, right? We got the rare air ones, and we got, partners of ours, fanatics. You pick a jersey, all right?
What's that? Oh, polo. I was like...
Polo. Yeah, gold? It's upside down. Yeah. Once if it spins around, you'll...
Jesus, right. We like that? We giving away gold?
Dude, that'd be kind of sweet, actually.
Here's a gold brick.
It feels about as good as gold, some of these winners. But, all right. So, Blitz, Vigels is pressing his luck, and so is Blitz. So, all right, let's get to it. Well, Blitz isn't here, actually, but...
Yeah, we ain't got no Blitz.
No Blitz yet. All right, I guess we'll wait and see. So, Vigels, let's press it then, buddy. Let's go with you.
Let's press Vigels. I got him a win. What more do you want?
I don't know. At this point, Mike's going to get him a jersey, probably.
Rare Air's popping up right now.
No. How do I just press for wine just a touch and give you the bag, Actually, the shit bag is pretty sweet, but damn it.
Here's the best thing.
These legitimately... Bro, these legitimately just got here. Wait, say it again?
The fucking wheel stopped on my screen, like it lagged on the death.
Oh, really? You saw it stop on the death for a second?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And there was enough pause, and then I saw it move, and I was like, that's landed right on Rare Air.
Buddy, these Rare Airs just got to my crib today, legitimately. They've been in my hands for an hour or two. So.
Bye. Vigels, I got you, buddy.
Well, I guess we'll show
I fucked you last time. Did I come through or what?
We'll wait till we're on the bigger screen. And executive decision from Hillbillies for Blitz. Press your luck.
We'll take that. Yeah,
That'll work.
he'd press his luck.
Okay, let's go for it.
I'm feeling Jersey on this one.
Yeah, DB, I'm gonna pull him. I'll put him on the screen as soon as I'm not quite in this little box here.
Much bigger box.
Come on, not another rare. Oh.
Polo.
Might as well just be damn near the same out of my pocket. So cool, nice.
Polo.
All right, nice job, Blitz. We got a polo and a jacket for Blitz, and we got the rare airs and the jacket for Eagles. Well done, gentlemen.
I do love. I just got to point out the fact this is the smallest percentage of winning shoes you've ever had on the Press Your Luck wheel up to this point in the season. And the very first fucking one still hits.
Of course. We had to get it out of the way at minimum, right? I mean, God.
Hillbilly says Beagles lives in Australia. So,
damn it, Beagles! Did you move on my ass to Australia now?
All right, let's see those rare airs, baby.
Oh yeah, here. Dude, these are pretty sick too because they it comes with the even the paper in the box, man. They got the custom paper, but here come the rare air ones. Got two different style laces. You got to lace them when you get them, but they are pretty sweet.
Oh man,
just a touch of the red there. Yeah, just touch the red on the accents.
Oh
but
yeah,
they're pretty sweet, buddy. So
those fuck.
Who was it? Beagles. Oh, by the way, here you go. Listen, you want to talk about batting 100%? This is even better. Apparently, this isn't his first time winning on the show, and this isn't the first time winning the Pressure Luck. So, Beagles, let me know what size shoe you are. I probably already sent you a pair of shoes at this point. It sounds like, but let me know, and I'll get those out.
If you won on this stream before, you probably already.
You son of a bitch.
Who the fuck doesn't have a pair of shoes?
Yeah, if you want to know why I don't know your guys' shoe sizes, because I've sent them to everyone apparently. So, my name's Jeff. Anyway, all right, good stuff. So, there's congrats to the winners, and we will
let's rock
you for a little bit, right?
Yes, sir. Won the threes. First wheel spin you did.
Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutted, ask your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know I don't put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today.
Yeah, we are glad you are here today.
We are glad you're here today.
Go,
so
man.
Congrats, Beagles. We just got to get you the twos, and we're on our way to getting every single pair. You know. So.
Hey, can you tell, man? I got a little color now. I've been hitting the tanning bed. You know?
Have you? Well,
yeah.
Listen, I think you should have because I was recently at the old house of the McNutt, and I, just taking tours. And it's like, whoa, there's like corridors. It's not haunted, but there's no new corridors. It feels like everywhere when you're going your first, time through the tour. I mean, what's this? This is a tanning bed in the crib in the house.
Need a little vitamin
don't even gotta leave.
Yeah, I was getting a little too pasty.
Dude, now it's starting to make sense, man. This guy's lost weight. He cut the beard down, and that's what that color is. I thought the kid was just drinking a little wine. He's getting a little, color in his face. No, he's tan.
I started lifting about 2 weeks ago too. Just to firm up because I'm pretty saggy, just about every spot. Extra skin, extra flab. It was just gross, and I felt weak as shit. So I was like, let's hit the weights. Here's the thing. All right, I ain't as strong as I once was, and it ain't even fucking close. I was doing push-ups. The other day. I'd never seen my arm shake so much in my entire life. So what the fuck is going on here? But at the end of the day, I just alternate, upper body, lower body. The lower body days really suck because I feel like an entire NFL offensive line had their way with me while I was sleeping. I can't walk very well at all. Like they had their way, man.
There's nothing on the screen, but the graphics are just crazy right now. Thinking about something like that.
I feel like I got my back blowed out. You know what I'm saying? Just ran through.
I don't think you feel quite as bad as I do every time we do one of these giveaway wheel things, though. Okay, just so you know.
That's true. Yours is in your wallet. Mine's in my ass.
They're both what I'd like to call the sphincter. All right. So
Riffet says, "What a visual."
That's what I mean. The graphics are insane right now. Nothing on the screen, but you don't need it. Just imagination. All right, Dustin Taylor. I don't know if you guys listen. This is how we always do it. Kind of have our prelude, and then we get to questions. If you're here,
1 QB, fucking A.
What a perfect way to start, Mike. Honestly, the way I'm getting,
Dustin.
My sphincter's getting tested. I feel like anytime one quarterback, it just got to go front of the line. Although this was legitimately the first question we had. So Nico for current 101. He traded Nico for the current 101.
Oh, dumb.
And traded Marv for an early 26, to mid 26.
The Marv for the early to mid, right? If it lands more on the early side, and I'm talking. DB asked about 26 prospects. Right now, it looks like there's about 4. Right?
I was gonna say you give me 103, I probably am good. I don't know. I don't know if I go much past that, man. Frankly,
in 1 QB especially.
That's what I mean. Right.
So, I know there's 1 running back and probably 3 receivers, but at the end of the day, it might only be 2 receivers like that are gonna compete for like where Marv is. Nico for the 101 though, that was an easy fucking smash. That was a big dub. Dub. Huge. I would definitely do that. Like, let's just assume, Adam.
In one quarterback, you know how the market could be where it's like people still have Nico, but I think the 101 it makes sense just to get into that younger asset for sure.
Jeremiah Love's going to grade out as one hell of a fucking prospect, and with what Jordan Tyson has done this year, is going to grade out as one hell of a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Both are going to enter the league at or above, and I'm going to tell you it's probably above, especially off of this year. And Nico being 27 next year. 27? Yep, right. 27.
Yeah, 27.
Going to be above Nico Collins, pretty much from February on.
Now that point's definitely correct. I think especially once it's actualized, right?
Once the season's over, yep.
But then, Mike, the question is always going to be. That 101 could be ahead of Nico in the season, but then Nico has a chance to actually get even with that asset or ahead if he's going smashing, but the problem with that is, Mike, that means the Texans offense has to take a pretty sizable step forward. I'm not saying it's not in the range of outcomes, but to me, the way I'd like to play, I'd rather have the asset that's going to have the entire offseason likely ahead of Nico. So I think that's a win.
Yeah, that was a big win.
Marv, I think, is probably neutral, and I don't know that I love it, honestly, just because an asset like Marv is so hard to acquire.
But I think the Marv one could work out, especially if this ends up being 103
it could.
or 101.
It could.
Right.
To your point, I think it very much is about 101, 102. Well, you already have 101. So if it's 102, 103, I love it. 104 and 105 is could be neutral.
Could be neutral, or you could be losing slightly.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Yeah. I love the first one though, and here's the thing about dynasty trades, man. If you're hitting 60%, you're found money. Like you're doing well. You're doing a great job.
Well,
and I think you smashed the first one so much that I'm okay taking more of the risk on the second one.
Yeah. The one thing is, I think I don't know. Maybe it's just bias. I still believe Marv is one of these incredibly talented players that eventually will start to pan out. So even if it's next year, it's like, man, it's hard to find an asset like that, even like in this class at all. But I think if you tell me you're neutral, if you tell me you win 1 or 2 of these, like if you get the 101 and then Marv ends up being a slight loss, I think you're still probably slightly ahead even on both trades.
I think what gives you hope on Marv, right? Like if you still want to stand for him, right? You still want to is this we've been so fucking spoiled by the Jamar Chase and the Justin Jefferson, the Malik Neighbors rookie season, and the Brian Thomas Juniors.
Exactly.
Look at Drake London. Look at JSN is a great fucking example right now. I mean, he had the late second year kind of breakout, but his third year is absolutely fucking nuclear, absolutely crazy. That used to be how it was. Like, do you remember playing redraft back in the day? Like, we would fucking actively target third-year wide receivers. Just and most of the rookie wide receivers wouldn't go to like the last round or two of the draft. Like, we probably aren't expecting much. I think that's what still gives you hope on Marv and kind of recency. Like you point to the Driggle and you point to the JSN type thing where it's like, okay, okay. Sometimes we do have to have a little bit of patience. I do get it though, the way the dynasty market moves, Adam. Like it could be a neutral or a negative move because, you know, let's say the 104, I'm just throwing out a name, but let's say the 104 is Carnell Tate and he continues to do what he has been doing the last handful of weeks.
Yeah.
Cardinal Tate's a top 15 selection in the NFL draft in the first round next year. Cardinal Tate or Marvin Harrison, it's like, fuck it. You know, Cardinal Tate ended up in New England with Drake May.
Yeah,
you know
same picture all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, it's like, man, I kind of prefer Cardinal Tate. You know,
100%, yeah. And that's even with the big, you know, Marv name that carries, you know, such crazy weight at this point, even still. Got an offer in my 12 team. So it's Taylor and Shakir for my Genty and Ladd. I'm thinking I got to do it as I'm a 7-3 team. Where are you at here, Mike? Start 9, no tight end premium.
Taylor's warp is absolutely fucking ludicrous.
No, Taylor's going. I'm telling you right now, Taylor, outside of, you know, we know what time it is, right? Knock on wood. He could be one of the guys that breaks fantasy to a degree that we're talking like OG days, just because relative to the field, Mike, he's just going bananas. I mean, it's absolutely bonkers.
The
now,
Shakir to Ladd thing.
Definitely you don't love it, but let me ask you this, Mike, realistically. Genty is not going to get you, I don't think, Taylor in most leagues anymore, just because of what Taylor's doing.
No, not as a contender.
Which is crazy because the market will tell you in like Keep Trade Cut, for example, that it's Genty still ahead of Taylor, which is just stupid. That's not real. Actually, he has gone below him now. Wow. Taylor is 11 on Keep Trade Cut, buddy. Just think about this. That's with Superflex everything.
I think I do this.
I'm doing it for sure. I'm doing it for sure. I didn't realize Taylor had risen that much on KTC. Good night. Well, they got him ahead of. They got Jonathan Taylor ahead of guys like CD, Neighbors, Igbuka, J-Day. That's crazy.
Ladd's like, I hate to say it, you know, but it's just the way the wide receiver market works out. Ladd's, I mean, he's had some games, but he's in that kind of replaceable tier of wide receivers. And it's weird to say for a guy who's 19th in WARP per game that's replaceable tier. But if you look at almost any WARP graph, that is an extremely flat line after like 12. Like 12 to 36, it's like, who gives a shit? Except for when you look at dynasty values, right? Like Ladd is way higher than that. Pat Bryant, who WARP per game is very similar to Ladd, it's like, who gives a shit, right? So I think for the upgrade from Genty to Jonathan Taylor's league-breaking WARP right now, I think I'm okay coming off the Ladd for the Shakir part.
And this actually, Mike, this
Start
is
9, yes.
This is another thing that makes it that much more important, right? We're only starting 9. That means that Jonathan Taylor's WARP relative to everybody else is going to be on the higher side. So line it up, sign it up. If you haven't hit the button already, JR, do it.
Do you know in WARP per game, if you just added them up, you would need 4 Ladd McConkneys to even sniff Jonathan Taylor.
Sounds like just another Ladd, you know. What are we doing with Doo Brown? Better yet, what is he doing with himself? Time to flush.
I think even he said it's time to flush him. You hear him on that stream?
I think honestly, the answer is if you're a contender, you kind of have to grossly hold and just hope. You know, it's like, you know, plug your nose and drink it. And on a rebuilder, you're so SOL, FML. Like, what do you do here, buddy? I mean,
this passing offense isn't consistent or dynamic enough in 2025 for the Philadelphia Eagles to.
And it doesn't ever help. Like we talked about this with Thursday night and Monday night, right? Those two games, all the games sandwiched in, but those two were so bad and hard to watch offensively. Yeah. You're like, dude, that only makes it worse for AJ Brown's value in markets.
Which, you know, I hate missing Eagles games. I hate missing Eagles games when you're playing primetime. I hate missing NFL games in general, but
sure,
the ones I've had to miss, thanks to this Disney YouTube fucking dispute, I'm okay with it, man. I just watched a movie and just, you know, follow the score along on the fucking app and just like, okay.
I wish I had something else to do.
I ain't watching this fucking
I wish
thing.
I hadn't sat there needing 26 from Smitty, knowing I would not get it, having him just cock tease me enough to watch the entire thing.
I tried to tell you. You asked me if there was
Mike,
hope.
He scores that touchdown, and now we're like literally within reasonable striking distance. I'm like
shouting distance.
Well, Mike, at halftime, I'm like, this thing is good. All we need is 24 from Smitty, you know? And then, Mike, when they have to score a touchdown that last drive. Anyway, I did not score it. You're correct, by the way. But I don't think you have much of a choice on a rebuilder, Mike. What would you sell him for? Like, how bad is it?
2 seconds.
And how are you going to get that?
Maybe.
I'm not selling him for a single second.
No, I'll buy AJ Brown and just hopes that they fire the offense coordinator.
Look at Devontae Adams, right? Like, for a second, I think I could just ride his production later on down the road. So.
Like, some of these trades that have gotten done with AJ Brown, I don't know how the fuck they got done. I honestly don't. Like, there's still a market for him, and I don't get it.
Would you send Burrow for Love and Smitty? So you got Burrow hurt, and you need points. Love and Smitty, does it get it done, or would you rather just stay with Burrow? It's 12 start 10.
The Burrow news that just came out kind of makes you go, I don't know. I don't know. Because it sounded like he's trying to get back within the next couple of weeks, Adam.
They activated him for the 21-day window, right?
Yeah. The next couple of weeks.
That doesn't surprise me, though. Burrow has been the guy always that's just going to try to find a way to play, even if it's hurting them.
You asked me 4 fucking weeks ago. This is, take it.
Well, the problem for me, honestly, in this, Mike, Love.
Has been playing terrible?
Well, yeah, that, and I don't really believe in the talent all around, but he's done enough to make me say, all right, I got to throw that out the window. But now, Mike, it's like, okay, listen, you got all these things, and it's just, I don't know, the production in fantasy especially is just really. Like, basically, here's the point. If I'm getting off of Burrow, it's for points this year. Love right now feels like a guy that doesn't really give me better than average points for the rest of the year. Plus, they play in cold weather. You hear what I'm saying? Like, for the points aspect, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Jordan Love on a WAR per game basis is worse than Marcus Mariota.
Well, that would be the best illustration of what I'm saying.
Worse than fucking Marcus Mariota.
What's his actual WARP for the year? Just for the
total WARP? Let me look it up here.
Yeah, just for the, the cassette player.
16th at quarterback, 1.298.
And for those that know WARP, it's going to be right in the fucking dead zone of who gives a shit, right?
Just ahead of Mac Jones.
Who? Mac Jones.
Colin Parker. I don't think I do this. Honestly,
no.
I don't.
No. I need a quarterback that's better.
Let me ask you, though, if it was a best ball league, would you be a little bit more inclined to get the, especially, okay.
I'll tell you why.
Let me give you a scenario. Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
We're heading into week 11.
Yep.
You're sitting as the 4 or the 3rd seed right now in a best ball league.
Mm-hmm.
You have Joe Burrow on there, still been taking zeros for you.
Yeah, giving me a nice 0 every week. Yep.
Are you inclined to do the 1 for 2 and try to add on to the? Listen, I'm trying to push for a bye week, especially in best ball league, because if I can get that fucking bye week into the playoffs, like
sure.
Koopa talks about this on his podcast all the time. Koopa and his data. Yeah. Saturday, make sure you're checking out the South Harmon podcast feed. Grinding the Edge.
Grinding the Edge, great podcast.
There's no bigger advantage to you, your percentage, right? You want to talk analytics and data. Your percentage to win a championship and finish with fucking reasonable money, like finish in the money, real good money, than it is to go from the 3 seed to the 2 seed to get that bye week.
Sure.
And one of the craziest stats is Cooper ran the numbers on everything. Like, your percentage jumps more going from 3 to 2, Adam, than it does going from out of the fucking playoffs to just in the playoffs.
Yeah. And,
let that sink in. Out of the playoffs, you have no chance. But your percentage gained as far as getting into the money analytically tells you going from 3 to 2 is way more valuable to you than going from 7 to 6, for fuck's sake.
Now, that being said, okay, in what I still think is the biggest point differential I've ever seen, the number 1 seed lost to a 5 seed.
You did. You lost to Liebert.
In a fucking best ball league, which is insane. That's normally where the team that's that much better built the 1 is normally not going to lose to a 5. But however, I'm with you. Now, all this to say, you're basically saying, would I take it there in that scenario because I'm trying to get that point.
I'm trying to present the perfect scenario for you.
And even there, right, that would be the scenario where I want to move Burrow, but the package doesn't make me change my stance. So what I'll say is this: if you want to do that, I'm doing one of two things. I need to shoot higher than Jordan Love, or I need to pull the plug on this whole thing. And listen, what about Matt Stafford? Let me get a grosser package that has higher production upside that maybe has 3 players that all might die. But
that was the third option.
I'm not playing this middle game. This to me, it doesn't matter what the format is. It feels very mid. Like the players don't have upside in the market to trade away later. I'm kind of stuck with players that don't have necessarily that boom upside that I need for production, and the market doesn't give them that type of upside either as far as like their value to grow.
Yeah, that was a long-winded version of no, Dale. That's a no from both.
Get the fuck out of here, okay?
Don't do it, Dale.
I mean,
don't do it.
I'm not the biggest Jordan Love guy, and I've acquired him on some teams, and I'm just like, damn it, why'd I do that? All right, let's try to fire through a few more, though.
I'm relying on him on some contenders, and I fucking hate it.
Trade for Henry. Start 10, but would need to bench Swift. Love, Purdy, Lamb, BTJ, Diggs, Gibbs, Devontae, Jacobs, Swift, Ferguson. So, Mike, if you already have Swift, would you trade for Henry knowing this?
The most important thing, what are you trading for Henry? Like, what's the cost?
Let's assume it was market, which what even is that?
Maybe a second, Adam. Like, and this is me being honest. I've gotten Henry within the last couple of weeks for like a second. You know what I mean? Just a contender second. Like, people don't really give a shit. If that's the price, I don't give a fuck if I have Swift. I don't give a shit if my running back room was Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Bijan Robinson. You tell me I can add Derrick Henry to this mix and like bolster my depth, even in a start 10, where I might not start Derrick Henry every single week for a second-round pick. Fuck yes, I still do.
I mean, most recently traded for a second, a third, and fourth. So I mean, pretty much the same return is what you're talking there.
Yeah. If you're trading much more than that, though, like
here he is also today though for a first, Mike.
No, fuck no.
I'm. By the way. Listen, I know this name that acquired him very well, and you're probably watching this. Just because I love you, I'm not going to name and shame, okay?
I'm going to name and shame.
Don't you do it.
I'm looking it up.
Derrick Henry, what about here's 2 seconds, though, Mike. Same day, today,
nope.
2 seconds.
Nope, no fucking way.
I think I'm probably out on 2 seconds. That'd be my completely top offer, but here's the thing, not for this team. If I already have a Swift, I don't need to do this.
Exactly. If my other option was Ja'Cory Krosky fucking Merritt.
I was gonna say if I'm starting him or if I'm starting, think worse than that even. Or if like I had J.K. Dobbins and now I have nobody basically. Yes, I'd send 2 seconds, right?
Yep.
So, but for here, I'm just gonna hold on to those picks until more desperate times come along. I think this is one of those situations where if you could get it for a reasonable deal, fine. But I'm not looking to buy an old asset like that if I don't need to on a team like this for sure. So
yeah.
All right. 12 teams start 11, Mike. Devontae Adams for a 26 second and third? Absolutely. I had someone asking me for a first on a team that I definitely need a wide receiver, and I've thought about it, but I'm going to decline it because I can't get myself to do it for a first.
Back to your previous conversation about Derrick Henry, I'm much more inclined to trade 2 seconds for Devontae Adams than I am Derrick Henry.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
this is easy.
And third. You're any type of a competitor, Dr. B? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, the other thing, Mike, I would do this in any format, but in lineup especially where, Devontae Adams is very easy to just press the button on, set it, and forget it, right, this year. Like
I got a lot of trades done involving like a Derrick Henry or Devontae Adams here this last week that all revolved around a second and third, something to that effect.
Lori says, how long has this live stream been going? Patience, Mike?
A little bit.
Jefferson?
Are we talking in totality or just this one? Because this one hadn't been going that long. We're under an hour.
Yeah, we're only at 58 minutes. We've seen this doubled easily. I mean, like it's nothing. Jefferson or Amon-Ra on a fourth? Does it matter?
The fourth I don't really give a shit about, but like it.
Here's my question. At this point, why would I? Genuinely, because here's one of the things.
Why am I adding
in the offseason?
Amon-Ra?
Well, in the offseason, here's the point. In the offseason, Jefferson was one of those assets that it's like, okay, he's untouchable first or second wide receiver. We've gotten to the point where that's not really the case anymore, meaning he's not in this undebated wide receiver 1 tier, right, at all anymore. He's wide receiver 4, as a matter of fact, on KTC. So,
yep.
like, that was, to me, that was the big allure of a Jefferson and a Chase in the offseason was, hey, listen, I have an asset that's basically proven no matter what happens, it's going to stay in like the top, 5, honestly, as far as the market goes. Now it's like, okay, that doesn't exist. Jefferson's going to be 27 next year as well. Why am I paying for a guy that's not as likely to produce probably as Amon-Ra for the rest of the year?
I think the only thing like keeping him up there right there is the allure and the preseason stuff that you talked about. Because if you look at production, this is Amon-Ra by a fucking country mile. Like,
sure.
why is there a plus on the Amon-Ra side? Not that I give a shit about the plus, but I'll take anything free that you give me for sure.
Well, here's my question, Mike. In a vacuum right now, which one do you want? I think on a contender, I prefer Amon-Ra.
Yes. Yeah, easily.
So
easily would prefer Amon-Ra on a contender.
The fourth could be on the other side. I don't necessarily care there here because it's so inconsequential, but I just want the Amon-Ra
like
side.
how I would rank them. Like they're going to be in the same tier, Adam.
KTC has a one spot difference, 9 and 10. There's no difference.
It's just a matter of how you. This is one of the things that's always flawed about Dynasty ranks is because we look at it through this catch-all lens. Here's the rank.
You have some things that are going to make that always a problem. It's just the way the game works,
right? If I did a contender ranks, Amon-Ra ahead of Justin Jefferson, and they're not in the same tier.
Amon-Ra is going to be a top 2-3 wide receiver for me the rest of the year.
There you go. Go. Yeah, Amon-Ra on the fourth.
I'm thinking a problem. Wait a minute. Not sure if am I reading that right? I'm thinking a problem in rebuilding in Dynasty is not waiting for talent to evolve. Do I tear it down and I have 3 years of 10 picks each year, but you need to clear rookies for the next rookies? I remember way back when I drafted Alec Pierce, but he long gone by now. Okay, you're saying you've moved Alec Pierce, kind of like trying to re-roll or just get off of a face planner.
Matt's onto something, but I don't want to say that you're missing the ocean from a boat here, Matt. Not the problem is waiting for them to develop. The problem in rebuilding is not selling them when you hit that value that you go, okay, good enough. Like, I am okay if I miss out on a little bit more because you're going to have those. Right? Adam and I talk a lot about, listen, when dudes get to a certain fucking point in dynasty value, it's just time to go. Mm-hmm. Like, can I miss out on the wide receiver 1 overall when I sell them at wide receiver 8 prices? Fuck yeah, I can. But can I also eliminate all the ones that Brian Thomas Jr., who reach wide receiver 7 or 8 and then have a bad sophomore season and start to tail off, and all of a sudden we're like, how much can I actually get for him now? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest problem, is not being fluid enough and not being okay with letting those guys go, because everyone wants to look at them as I'm going to have them for the rest of their career. They're always going to be awesome.
This is actually a perfect example of that, though, and how in the moment it feels like, oh, I clearly fucked up. Now, obviously it depends on when you actually moved him. But if you just go to KTC, one of the nice things they do have since – I'm pretty sure it goes far back as 2020, whenever they started doing their, data source.
2020-ish is about a good data point when they started really accumulating them.
You can look at Alec Pierce, and you go click the asset, right? And you'll see right now his dynasty value is 3208. He's 128 overall rank, and he's wide receiver 45. Now, the interesting part about this, right, is you can see, if you just look, they show you the 6-month window, and he's on a uptick. Crazy part, though, if you look back through his career, right, he's actually been more valuable for quite some time back in 2022 than he was right now. So that my only reason I'm saying that is this is a guy that's was written off as dead when they drafted Adonai. Even him had a window that's more valuable than he was right now in dynasty market. So I think the fallacy or the problem, to the point of what you're saying here, you are onto something, but I think more often than not, this doesn't mean everyone, this is just more often than not, I think the asset of Alec Pierce is an outlier. I think more often than not, if you wait till year 3, especially on the not top 6 type players, Mike, that are incredibly talented, that are drafted in very good situations, if you wait for 3 years, you'll find yourself more often than not losing money on those. So when you have the opportunity to move off of a player, even if it's not going to be their total peak value, because you can't know that going in, if you're just selling them on the ascent, that's how you win overall.
I think too, like there's multifaceted to this, and you kind of talked about the not top six guys, but like guys have to start checking fucking boxes, right? So when you look at Alec Pierce, what
Thresholds,
was
yep.
he was a second round
pick.
NFL second round pick.
Yeah, late second, like for 58, I believe.
I'm not going to be as inclined to wait on those kind of guys who don't have that elite draft capital, right? Like I'll give you the counterpoint to it when you look at Alec Pierce, like you said, at one point
overall. Not 50.
At one point he was 38 and then he fucking tanked and now he's back to like 38, right? That's kind of the range where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
JSN would be the other one where not a great rookie year. But here's the thing about JSN. He checks some boxes like first round NFL draft capital, right? Like we know the
Top
rookie hit
pick.
rates on those.
Right.
We know the rookie hit rates on those guys. So when you tell me like a second round guy has ascended to wide receiver 38, that honestly might be his fucking ceiling. That's where you need to go. Okay, I need to move this guy. I need to get off of him, right? Because not many second round guys are going to go much higher.
Which is what made Ladd such a like tough eval this offseason, because he looked really great and he went super high.
Super high. But those are the kind of guys that you have to take in the whole scope of their profile and go, how much do I really trust this? You know, like where did he start? Where is he now?
Mm-hmm.
Am I willing to sell? You know, and you will have some that are outliers, right? Amon-Ra doesn't have fucking draft capital, and we just talked about him. Like, is he more valuable than Justin Jefferson, right? Like, you will have those outliers, but you'll also have 50 other fucking guys that we just gloss over that we forget even existed, right? Who are in the similar boat, right? Like maybe after Amon-Ra's rookie season when he had those last stretch of games and he was super high. If you sold on him now, you're sitting here going, fuck, I can't believe I sold Amon-Ra for a second alpha as a rookie year, because I didn't believe in it. But I'll also give you, like I said, 50 other fucking guys where you go, God damn, am I glad that I sold him for a second?
Right,
because this guy isn't worth fuck now. He isn't even in the league now. He's playing in the UFL, or he's moved to cornerback, or he only plays special teams or whatever.
Yep.
The ones that stick out to you are the ones where you're like, damn it, I can't believe it. But this is where we talk about process kind of stuff. If you stick to the process and you stick to like we said with trades, if you're winning 60, 70% of those all the time, like you're money ahead. You're better off than 95% of the dynasty players out there. It's going to suck when you see an Amon-Ra St. Brown or, George Kittle is going to be another one at the tight end position where you're like, fuck, I was wrong on him.
Yeah, right.
Damn, I can't believe I sold them so cheap. Those are going to sting. They're going to hurt. But you're going to just, even I forget all the ones that I sold away where I went, fuck, I made so much money on this one. I can't believe it, right?
Yeah.
Adam can attest to this because at one point, I don't want to throw you under the bus, buddy, but one point I unloaded every goddamn Brevin Jordan share I had to you for like third round picks.
Yeah, it was like I think multiple leagues, third, and maybe one is even on the fourth because that's all I had. But I would have rather had the pick every fucking time.
Every single time. Now you may kill me. You may kill me on I don't know. Let me.
Tucker Kraft honestly would have been. Now here's the thing: the difference there is that Tucker Kraft, you wouldn't have done that because of his RAS score. But the point is here, he's drafted in the same range, right, as a guy like Brevin Jordan.
You'll always remember the biggest misses. You won't remember the ones that you're money ahead, except for Adam, because I like to hit him with the Brevin Jordan thing.
But and honestly, this is another point I'll make, right, Mike? If you play in 2 leagues, genuinely, if you play in 2 leagues, Mike, I'd rather have the one Amon-Ra. I'd rather shoot for that upside, right? But for most of us, I think that are talking here, playing in at least like 4 or 5 plus leagues, we want the process, right? Or at least that's the way we're going to talk through it. I'd prefer the process.
We did a great 4D episode talking about that, where process is king for us because we play in portfolios, like decent portfolios. But honestly, if you're only playing in 1 and 2 leagues, fucking ignore what we say. Go. I like to call it the more fizzle method. Do what makes you happy. Go for the players that you want. Kind of fuck the process thing because you only got 2. It doesn't matter as much, right? Like your misses, your bigger upside swings that you hit on, you're gonna be way more ahead, way more happy with it. But if you're playing in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if you're fucking JCap in like 300 and some fucking dynasty leagues, whatever it is, Process. Because more times than not, it's going to be like, I got 60 leagues that are contenders this year. That's
Right.
60 leagues finishing in the money because I stuck to the process. I don't give a fuck that I missed out on one Amon-Ra St. Brown in one league. Like, it doesn't bother.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that team would be in good spot with Amon-Ra, but at the same point, you look across your whole teams and you're like, man, that would really have killed me across all my other ones. So,
yeah, I mean, Jake puts it. Part of fantasy football is getting your guy, except for when I get in like 60 leagues. You know what I mean? But even then, we talked about it on that episode. There are times where I will forego the process in quotes to go get my guys. Last year was a prime example. I don't know how many fucking times on trade shows I told people, I was like, listen, this is bad process about trading for Saquon, but I'm gonna do it, right? Like, I'm gonna take this trade for Saquon. I'm gonna pay this first and second for Saquon because he's on my Eagles. I love Saquon, the fucking player. He's playing for my team. I shouldn't be doing this. And did it pay off for me? Yeah. But also there's more times than not when I do that shit, because I did it years ago. You remember me with fucking Antonio Gibson, Adam? That was my guy. Mm-hmm. How many times did I pay first-round picks for Antonio Gibson just to find out he's benched for Brian Robinson?
Listen to that again. First-round picks. I did that
First-round picks.
I did that too.
First-round picks. Multiple times.
What's crazy is, Mike, the team I did that on is actually still in a pretty good spot. It's not as good as it should be. Obviously, when you pay 2 firsts for eight Antonio Gibson, that hurts you. But I'm just thinking, like, that's a great example of how you can completely fuck up trades and still have a good team if your process overall is making sense, right? So, I also, Mike, I have some bad trades in that league. The Kyle Pitts trade, I traded, I'm pretty sure it was like 2 earlier first for Pitts. I'm like, oh my God.
You and I have some trades that we made. I fleeced you one time. Listen, upon a time when you were drinking, I fleeced you.
That was pre-children. That was a fun trade. I remember that one.
I fleeced you once upon a time for a Kyle Pitts deal, right? You paid a lot for Kyle Pitts. And here we are.
You know what the best part is? Later. Nobody won.
Nobody won. And if you guys want to know, we'll revisit it. I traded Adam Kyle Pitts, Quadre Allison,
all the other
Jared Dokes,
dead.
Sammy's Reyes, and a 3rd-round pick.
Mike and I fought each other in startups for Sammy's Reyes every time that year.
Jerry Jeudy, Rondell Moore, and Brandon Ayuk. Now you tell me who the fuck won that deal, because we both suck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Rondell ended up being
nothing.
Honestly, like, any trade that I ever made with Rondell, I hope he went away, because that's like, I'll tell you the ones I didn't take. I don't even want to revisit that either. Okay, so let's go through a few here. Let's try to rip through some. Odunze and J-Mo. What?
So sorry.
Go ahead.
I just.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
We'll get to you, Lori. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I pulled it up because I pinned it in our Discord chat, right? Because I like to look back at it.
We were, and that was when we were so convinced on our guys too. We were talking shit with each other. We got to pin this. We got to look back. I wish
the very first thing I ever pinned from us. Am I crazy to take or to pass on trade. The Visca Chenault and take Dimes or Gaskin?
Mike said to me, I'll vividly remember that you don't deserve Visca. You don't deserve Visca.
You don't deserve Visca.
Danny Dimes was one I didn't take. It should have been him.
You should have been Danny Dimes. Was the clear answer, buddy. God, fuck that one up. All right, I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
What was the guy? Oh, it was Myles Gaskin, right?
Myles Gaskin.
What an L.
Eric's boy.
What an L.
R.I.P. This is from 2021, man.
That was early days. We weren't even really doing stuff on our YouTube channel yet.
You were still in a closet.
Yeah, it would be pretty sweet to see some of that shit. I literally sat in the corner of my spare bedroom, which had all kinds of shit everywhere, and I was right up on a closet door. It was a great, goofy spot.
One could say you're out of the closet now.
Well, I was technically almost in the closet. Luckily I didn't go in. You know, could have went weird. Say J-Mo or McLaurin in the late 26 and 27 first. So like McLaurin in 2 late firsts, or Odunze and J-Mo.
I think I'll take the Odunze J-Mo side here, unless this is a best ball league. Then I might go with McLaurin in the 2 first. But
I think honestly, I'd probably either way go Odunze J-Mo. But I'm with you. If there was any chance to be a best ball start 13 or some shit like that, 12 or whatever, like one of our OG best ball leagues where it start 12 and 50 or not 50 but 35 roster spots, I probably still want the 2, but I might consider it because of how many
Right.
spots you need. I'm with you. This is a Dunze JMO, I think, in large majority formats, Lori.
95% of formats, yeah. Yeah, I take it.
All right.
I'm not even a JMO guy. Like, I talk shit about him all the
But
time.
the thing is, especially in the lineup, I think a Dunze is worth 2 late first. So JMO or McLaurin, I'll just get younger.
And no matter the shit I talk about JMO, like JMO is an absolutely great wide receiver 3 in a lineup league or a flex play.
He's perfect because he doesn't cost that, and he's going to have boom weeks, even though he's going to have a bunch of busts. So
he can have monster weeks, but I'm also let's give me 4 points. Like, that's all I need from you. But I'll take your 30-point games. They'll be really nice.
Do you want Knicks, Dimes? Wait a minute. Hold on. Knicks, Dimes, CD, Nico, Waddle, T, other pieces I have. This is to a question. I see thanks, fellas, but I'm looking for the actual question.
Was that the original from Dale where he wanted Love and Smitty for his Burrow?
Yeah, it probably was.
I'm guessing.
And these assets, honestly, to me, Mike, don't really matter that much.
Don't change it. Yeah, don't change it.
Here's the other thing. I don't need. I have 2 quarterbacks at the moment. I'm not doing this for Love. No.
Now, because Love is playing so bad, I would literally sit there and go, "Who do I start, Knicks or Love, every single week?" Like, I feel like I'm going to get disappointed no matter which one of these fuckers I put in here.
And that's the other thing. Now you just made a headache of decidingly you're going to be ended up putting in the worst one every week by just default. I
would much rather, like, if I needed that third quarterback depth,
yeah.
To fill in for bye weeks. Like if Dimes is down on a bye week, for example, I needed to fill in for him. I'd much rather go be like, dude, what do you want for Jacoby Brissett? Or what do you want for Marcus Mariota? Or what do you want for, Jameis fucking Winston, man? Can I trade you a third for, Joe Blacko? As
there you go. So there's so many other ways, I think, without moving on from Burrow, that I could just get spot starts if I needed that really badly. So I'm with you. Got Garrett Wilson and Stafford for a 26 first, second, Cedric Tillman on a contender that needs a quarterback pretty deep at wide receiver flex. I'm hyped. I mean, listen, to be completely honest with you, I think right now, if I'm a contending team, and I know it's late, although it's expensive, I think I probably would send a first for Stafford at this point. Like, we're at that point in the year.
You're at that point
heavy.
with how well he's playing.
It's heavy, but
very heavy.
But you know what you have to do, right? I need to get a potential warp difference maker, right? He's been doing it all year. That's my top offer dollar-wise. I'm saying hopefully I don't have to do that, but my point is now, Mike, if you just think about it that way for a second. Garrett Wilson, I don't care what you think about him. He's worth more than a second than Cedric Tillman. He's at least worth the first. So if you flip it around and say, okay, 26 first for Garrett Wilson, a little late. Stafford for a Cedric Tillman in a second? Are you fucking kidding me? That's a smash and a half. This is easy.
So let me flip the whole thing on there. I don't give a fuck about the Cedric Tillman part. We're right back, Maddie. Sorry. I did it to him on draft day. I'm right back.
Every time you do this, though, the problem is he resurfaces.
He does something.
Guys, just be ready. It's going to happen. All right?
But I'll look at it like, would I trade a second for Matt Stafford? Fuck yes, I would.
That's what I mean, 100%.
Would I trade a first for Garrett Wilson? Maybe.
I would still send my late first for Garrett Wilson. Obviously, I would prefer maybe something different, but I definitely would.
Yeah. So that one becomes an easy win. That's a great trade for you.
Dude,
great trade.
Well, no matter how you slice it, the first is maybe you feel a little bit gross about it, but the second you feel so much better about for either one of those players. It's not close. And because Tillman,
he can literally turn around and sell Garrett Wilson for something that is close to a first value. Right,
and your first is already decidedly 107 or later, right here,
and still be money ahead. Yeah, like what he's already deep at wide receiver and flex, but hypothetically, what you probably wouldn't do it, and you probably get a plus on the other side. But what if you sold Garrett Wilson for Javonte straight fucking up, Adam?
Well, sure, but let's think about this in just a fast forward world. You were just talking about the Marv thing, right? And what was the other one? Nico, in particular. 101 versus Nico. 101's going to be more valuable all offseason. Like, realistically, say what you want. Garrett Wilson's probably more valuable than, like, the 108 and the 112 all offseason as well still.
Yes.
So this is an easy dub. This is an easy dub, in my opinion.
Especially if they get a quarterback in this upcoming draft, we'll all be like, oh, fucking Jets are going to turn
do it.
Around.
We do this every year for Garrett Wilson, right? Like, this was supposedly the worst quarterback situation he could have, and he still stayed
The only asterisk I'd put on this is just be very open to Garrett Wilson deals. All right? Like, just be very open. Like, it feels like one of those assets that we go like, hey, I got him in a deal. I kind of want to see what he does. But also, if somebody's willing to bail you out for a first or whatever.
Franklin. I'm flexing Franklin.
Hey, we good. Flex Troy Franklin or Sean Tucker?
Yep.
You flexing Franklin over Tucker, man?
Yeah, I think so. I need to see it from Tuck. I need to see it.
we might see it from Tuck.
I mean,
I love him as a player.
I do too, but that's
run.
Mike. This is my problem. I've had Tucker stashed, waiting for forever. Every time he has had some little weeks that have helped you, keep the faith going. But it's like, dude, Tucker? Why can't you beat out anybody on this shitty outside of Bucky, Rashad White? Like, come on, damn it, come on.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I like Tucker, but it just feels like it's I don't know. Okay, we got a super chat.
What up, Corey? Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate you, boss. You said you do a 26-second and third for ETN on a contender. What if they asked for a second instead?
1,000%. Thank you very much for letting me get out of this. This all stems back to the seconds. Now, why we think the 27 rookie class is, I wish Apple was here so he'd understand. It is better, right? How it's looking right now. Like NFL GMs are salivating, rookie drafters are salivating about the 27 class, rightfully so.
Sure.
While we love the talent at the top, Adam, you and I even did this on one of the deepest classes we've ever seen, 2024, where we had super flex quarterbacks drafted in the first round go at the early part of the second round.
Yep.
When we did our second round rookie pick evaluations, right? You know what still happened? Like after 203, we went, fuck, who gives a shit? Like, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. This guy was, oh my God, this guy's terrible. Like, he's already dead. We're a year into his career. He's already dead. Even in the super fucking deep classes, right? And what we consider deep is, damn, first round was fucking so loaded that we had two quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round, Bo Nix and Michael Penix, go at the early part of the second round in this class. But how many of those were 204 Adonai Mitchell that we give a fuck about anymore? We don't. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care. I don't give a shit if this is in the deepest class in history, which was 24, right? I don't know if 27 is going to be that. It might be. It might be that deep.
Well, 23 was the one that was touted to be that, and it wasn't.
It was fucking terrible. It was terrible. I don't give a shit that it's in 27, right? 27, the part that says 27 is the one that's pushing all this value, and it's not rightfully so. Yes, you just fucking bailed me out because I don't have to add a third to it. Now I get to use this third to go do whatever the fuck else I want. Like, I can go buy a Jacoby Brissett or a Marcus Mariota.
Now, let me ask you, let's say they ask for a 27-second instead, meaning, just to cover the bases here, let's say it's a 27-second and a third this year in 26. You don't care. Don't care if it's 27-second, 27-third, whatever the combo is. As long as it's not 2 seconds, right?
Now, where the conversation would start is if we're talking about a guy that's worth a first, right? Like just a generic first, whatever that is. And you said, like, the guy wants my 27 versus my 26 first. Oh, I want to give up my 26 contender first way more than I want to give up this 27 first.
Definitely.
Way more.
That would be a conversation. All right.
But when it comes to seconds, I
probably still,
unless you told
push come
me
to shove, I would do it. But I would definitely be pushing to try to move the second in 26.
Corey, unless you told me that, listen, if I win this motherfucker this year, I am tearing this down to the fucking absolute frame. Like the absolute frame, and this 27 second is going to be the 201 or 202 locked in, guaranteed. That is the only time where I would go, all right, if you wanted to reconsider it, by all means.
Listen, you see that? Super chats are contagious.
Thanks, Dale.
You throw that money on the screen, it tastes so good once it hits your lips, doesn't it, Mike?
I have that experience a lot when I go to those adult establishments.
The gentlemen's facilities?
You know what I mean? Like if you're the first one up there tossing bills, all of a sudden everybody else goes, hey.
You're talking gentlemen's facility. You're talking like a country club, right?
Yeah, country club. We play golf. We put balls in holes. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Balls in holes.
See, you try to do something discreetly with Mike, and he's going to make sure that it becomes quickly as non-discreet as humanly possible.
I want to show him my putt-putt game.
Well, I'm going to,
3.5 inches to the left.
I think there's a song like that. To the left.
Line dance.
Wilson is going to be the new McLaurin, waiting for quarterback his whole career till it's too late. That's starting to feel that way.
Can't disagree with you.
But the one thing is he's actually it's very similar though. Yeah, he has given you production, but it's probably similar to Terry. It's not much different, honestly.
Or fucking Olave's in that tier right now, ain't he? Same kind of thing.
Yeah,
he's been decent this year. Like, I'm not disappointed in what Chris Olave's given you, but we're always like, oh man, I thought you were gonna be like the next.
Yeah. No.
Like you're gonna be the next.
Well, that's true. I think McLaurin's probably more like Olave is because Wilson is, because of raw number of targets and just production. I think he's actually probably a little bit more of a plus version, but they're all the same, honestly. If we're being real. Oh, here they come. See, look what I tell you. Listen, did you think this isn't? Give the boys a tip. Listen, it's contagious. I'm telling you. It's just like in this house. One person gets sick, they all get sick. Here they comes. Look, hillbillies. Come on. Listen, guys, it's a game. Get in line. Trust me on this. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a blast.
Do you remember that night you wouldn't let me leave?
Yes, it was the best thing ever. It was the most phenomenal thing ever. Mike was hammered.
Well, I had to pee so fucking bad.
You had to piss, right? You had to piss, right?
I had to pee so bad. That was a good night. But here's the thing on Garrett Wilson. Adam, let's live in a world where they do get a quarterback next year. Say it's Ty Simpson.
Why do we live in that world? I mean, there's a chance they don't.
Okay, but they do get a quarterback next year.
They will have a change at quarterback next year, sure.
But there's also a real scenario with all the draft capital that they have. They also get target competition for Garrett Wilson. And all of a sudden, he's not the only show in town, right? Like, now we just added more shit to the fire. So it's even like when he wins, he still kind of loses.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Listen, there's no target competition. There's zero competition. Everyone's in line for Garrett Wilson. They're in line for the shit show, okay?
Hillbilly says it's just because the government's open again.
You see what I'm saying? Listen.
You guys are spending all that Donald Trump tariff money. What do you say, $2,000 to everybody?
Exactly. You know,
we spent it already.
Let it fly, baby. Let it fly. What a better place, you know.
I did.
Listen, Mike. Say what you want. This is helping. This is helping at least just a little offset the gigantic losses we're having in the shoe department over here. You know.
My wife is asleep. She ain't gonna fucking listen to this back. So I feel safe saying this. But I told one of the guys I work with, I was like, "Listen, Trump sends me a check for $2,000. I'm putting somebody through one semester of junior college within a week." Hey, baby, you want to learn how to be an EMT? Got it.
Through junior college. Well, there's levels to the JUCOs.
Shout out Kirkwood Community College. Big supporter.
Just because the gum been open. D-Walk, I'm getting paid again. Let's go, hillbillies. Let's go. We're back, man. You know. Well, congrats to all you beautiful, not quite yet going to junior college people out there. You're on your way soon, though, okay?
I want you to put the word out. We back up.
Listen, this will be, when it's all said and done, this is just as good as going to real college, okay? You get the paper. That's all you need.
No, fuck, Seth's got his work cut out for him. A lot of good clips out of this one. A lot of good clips that'll end in my divorce.
Luckily for Seth, there's about 80 minutes prior of stuff to get to before we don't even have to worry about this.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
about a pearl.
Corey, stop bringing up the OG one. You remember that? The highly detailed, buddy.
Highly detailed pearls.
The pearl, was that like 2024? I think that was a while ago.
Pearl necklace?
Check it out. Yes, actually, you know what? You can go listen to it. Go check it out. 15 minutes to talk about a pearl. And I started JUCO. Wait, I started as a JUCO product, and now I'm in the league. See, dude, listen. I think you got a better chance. Speaking of like the process, you got a better chance making it to the league out of JUCO than you do at like a D3. Honestly, you know.
I just had visions of Jake up on the pole.
Okay. You see this.
Thanks,
on the pole. All right. Well,
it's just a Chippendales, just shaking that thing. Good job, Jake. We'll work for it. Earn it.
Well, you guys keep being
dreams do come true.
Dreams do come true. Let it fly. I'm glad that the government's letting the money come back around. And listen, we got some boxes to send out. Make sure you're tapped in every single week for AMA, for all the other good stuff we got going on. All kinds of stuff on our podcast feed. We got the South Harmon Vibes channel. We got the Redraft channel. Also, if you want a chance to basically at this point get free merch and a free, you get free merch, but also when you're paying for it, get an additional set of free merch. Hit patreon.com/South Harmon. plenty of good opportunities for you there as well. Make the trade show, make fun of myself and Mike on a daily basis with everyone else in there. However you'd like to, that's where you want to go check it out. Outside of that, but I think we're ready to go. You got anything further?
I think we're
Any
good.
polls?
Matt says Argentina owes his money.
Do they?
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
I think they owe me money too.
I think there's a lot of people that owe me money, and it's none of the people that I'm sending stuff to. So that's tough, you know. We love you guys. We'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. We're out of here. Peace.